Kakalosh Boker Tov, Shavua Tov. We're just continuing with halachot. We mentioned last time the Shulchan Aruch that had to do with the second that a person is going to come and accept upon himself Shabbat, he could still tell another Jew or even his family members that did not accept upon himself Shabbat, he's allowed to come and to tell them to do a Melacha for him, and he's allowed to benefit from the Melacha. The Ramah also adds in that Kol Sheken o Motzei Shabbat, this would be permitted. What does that mean? If right now, for example, a person comes and they still do not pray Arvit, and right now they need somebody to do a Melacha for them, so for sure they're able to come and to ask somebody else that he already did Avdalah, whether it's on the coast or he already did Avdalah. All the more so he's allowed to come and he's allowed to tell him, please, can you do a Melacha for him? This is not talking about, even without Tzorech Mitzvah, without anything, he's allowed to tell him Mefurash, and he's allowed to benefit from that Melacha. Now, why is it a Kol Sheken? Why is it much more on Motzei Shabbat? The Ramah is bringing down a Ran, and he's trying to say that according to Shitat Rabbeinu Nisim, the Ran, he's saying that right now, if the Ran was Machmir on Shabbat, it's because you're coming into the Shabbat. But when you're coming out of Shabbat, that you yourself, any moment, you could say Avdalah, or you could actually say Arvit, and then say Avdalah, and therefore there's no problem. So therefore, all the more so, you're allowed to get out of the problem, and you're allowed to actually ask even another Jew, right, to do a Melacha for you. What about the people that they're Machmirim on Rabbeinu Tam? So here, Rav David Yosef says as follows: somebody which is careful on Motzei Shabbat not to do a Melacha until after an hour, and they're talking about now the 72 minutes, an hour and 12 minutes after Shkiyat HaChamah, just like Rabbeinu Tam and Shulchan Aruch, he's allowed to come and tell his friend that he does, according to the Shitat Geonim, that they are coming out of Shabbat, that he could do a Melacha for him, and that's even without any mitzvah involved, which means, Stam, a person's doing Rabbeinu Tam, he can ask somebody that does not do Rabbeinu Tam, Bechavod, can you do a Melacha for me? And there's no problem whatsoever, even if it's going to be a Yisur Doraita, and he's allowed to benefit from it. The same Melacha would apply to all the other things, which is also Machlok of the Poskim, and you have the minhag to do like the Machmirim, and some people have the minhag to do like the Mekilim, and both of them have what to rely on. So we're not talking about that it's according to me, it's an Yisur. We have what to rely on. But let's say I'm Machmir, so in such a case, you're allowed to ask for the person that's going to be lenient, and this is to do with all the different things that, for example, even Tafshil Lach, we know that according to Shulchan Aruch, in order to heat up a liquid on Shabbat, it still has to be boiling hot. According to the Ashkenazim, they are lenient like the Rashba, that really be'emet, as long as it's still warm, so that's already going to be enough. So he comes and he says, right, so in such a case, the Sfaradim could be mekilim like the Ashkenazim if the Ashkenazi is going to do it, or vice versa. Let's say, for example, the Sfaradim would put it back on a plata, and the Ashkenazim, they come, and they wouldn't put it back on a plata, they would have to put it back on an upside-down pan, or things like that. So again, since each Shita has 100% what to rely on, and the only thing is that right now, I'm just doing like the Machminim, or I'm doing, so therefore you're allowed to actually come and benefit from it. So in all these cases, again, a person's allowed to benefit because since according to the halacha, there is a basis to it, so therefore there's no problem. Now, if it's that they're going against the halacha, right, so therefore no, because if there's no real basis what to rely upon, that's something else. However, though here, since they do have what to rely on, so therefore you could be lenient and you could actually ask them, right? There's a whole question about asking them between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim, that might be a little bit different. But for sure in a case where you have the choice also as well, whether it's going to be with Rabbeinu Tam and not Rabbeinu Tam, or it's already after Shabbat, that if there's no problem whatsoever, you could ask another Jew to do a Melacha, and you could benefit from that Melacha as well.